Venus does not glow softly. It does not welcome visitors. It does not conceal a paradise beneath its clouds. From Earth, it looks beautiful, brilliant, steady, the brightest planet in our sky. But the real surface of Venus is a nightmare. Not poetic, not exaggerated, physical, relentless. Venus is often called Earth's twin. Its size is similar. Its mass is comparable. Its gravity is only slightly weaker than ours. If you place the two planets side by side, they would look almost alike in scale. But similarity in size hides a radical divergence in fate. From telescopes on Earth, Venus reveals almost nothing. Its thick cloud cover reflects about 70% of incoming sunlight, making it dazzlingly bright. For centuries, astronomers could not see its surface at all. There were no visible craters, no continents, no oceans, just a featureless pale disk. Imagination filled the gap. Some envisioned a warm ocean world. Some imagined swamps and alien jungles. Early science fiction portrayed Venus as humid and fertile, perhaps teeming with life. But when radar and spacecraft finally pierced the clouds, the truth emerged. The atmosphere is the first horror. Venus's atmosphere is composed of roughly 96% carbon dioxide, with nitrogen making up most of the rest. Trace gases swirl within, including sulfur dioxide and other compounds that react to form sulfuric acid clouds. The atmosphere is not merely thick. It is crushing. Surface pressure reaches about 92 times that of Earth at sea level. That is comparable to the pressure nearly 900 meters beneath Earth's oceans. Imagine standing under the weight of a kilometer of water without water. The air itself becomes an ocean. Breathing would be impossible. Survival would be impossible. Even specialized equipment struggles under such force. But the pressure is only half the nightmare. The temperature on Venus averages around 465 degrees Celsius. Day or night, equator or near pole, it barely changes. That temperature is hot enough to melt lead, hot enough to soften zinc, hot enough to damage steel over time. It is hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is closer to the Sun. The reason is not proximity, it is entrapment. Venus experienced a runaway greenhouse effect. Billions of years ago, Venus may have possessed liquid water. Some models suggest shallow oceans. If so, increasing solar radiation gradually warmed the surface. Water began to evaporate. Water vapor, itself a greenhouse gas, trapped more heat. More evaporation followed. The cycle intensified. Eventually, the oceans boiled away entirely. Without liquid water to absorb carbon dioxide through weathering and plate tectonics, CO2 accumulated in the atmosphere. Heat built upon heat. There was no reset. The greenhouse effect became permanent. Sunlight passes through the clouds and heats the surface. The surface radiates infrared energy, but the thick carbon dioxide atmosphere traps that energy, preventing it from escaping into space efficiently. The result is a planetary-scale oven. The clouds above are not water clouds. They are composed of droplets of sulfuric acid. In the upper atmosphere, sulfur dioxide reacts with water vapor and sunlight to form sulfuric acid mist. Acid rain falls, but never reaches the ground. It evaporates in the intense heat before touching the surface. The sky on Venus would not be blue. It would appear dim and orange-brown, filtered through thick haze. The sun would not look sharp or brilliant. It would appear as a diffused glow, barely distinguishable through the atmospheric density. Shadows would be faint. The landscape would feel enclosed, oppressive. And the ground itself is no refuge. Radar mapping by Magellan revealed a surface dominated by volcanism. Vast lava plains stretch across much of the planet. Shield volcanoes rise kilometers high. Lava channels snake across the terrain for hundreds of kilometers. There are unusual volcanic structures known as pancake domes, wide, flat formations created by viscous lava spreading outward. Venus appears to lack Earth-style plate tectonics. There are no clear subduction zones or moving continental plates. Instead, heat may build beneath a stagnant crust until it releases in catastrophic resurfacing events. Entire regions may be flooded with lava in relatively short geological periods. Impact craters are distributed evenly across the surface and are relatively few, suggesting that much of Venus's crust was resurfaced 300 to 600 million years ago. Geologically, that is young, and evidence suggests Venus may still be volcanically active. Recent observations have indicated possible changes in volcanic features and fluctuations in atmospheric sulfur dioxide levels, potential signs of ongoing eruptions. Venus may not be frozen in time. It may still be reshaping itself beneath the clouds. Humanity has attempted to touch this nightmare. The Soviet Union's Venera program sent multiple probes to Venus in the 1970s and 1980s. These missions were engineering triumphs under extreme conditions. Venera 13 survived for 127 minutes on the surface before succumbing to heat and pressure. Just over 2 hours. That was considered extraordinary. Its images showed a rocky, fractured plain under a hazy sky, flat slabs of stone, angular fragments, a landscape devoid of movement, devoid of water, devoid of life. Other landers lasted less than an hour. Electronics overheated. Pressure seals failed. Venus consumes machinery. Its rotation adds another layer of strangeness. Venus rotates extremely slowly and in the opposite direction of most planets. A single Venusian day, one full rotation, lasts about 243 Earth days. Its year, the time it takes to orbit the Sun, lasts 225 Earth days. A day is longer than a year. The Sun would rise in the west and set in the east. But because of the thick atmosphere, the concept of sunrise and sunset would feel muted. Light levels would shift slowly over months. Despite the slow rotation, the upper atmosphere moves rapidly. High-altitude winds circle the planet in about 4 Earth days, a phenomenon known as superrotation. The atmosphere races around the planet far faster than the surface beneath it. Lightning may flash within the clouds. Chemical storms may rage unseen. Above the surface furnace, the sky is alive with motion. And yet, from Earth, Venus appears calm. It shines steadily at dawn and dusk. It has been called the morning star and the evening star. Ancient civilizations tracked it carefully. Its brightness made it a symbol in myth and religion. Beauty in the sky, catastrophe below. Venus represents a planetary warning. Earth and Venus may have started similarly. Both likely had volcanic activity. Both may have had water. Both contain carbon. But small differences in distance from the Sun and atmospheric evolution led to drastically different outcomes. Earth stabilized its climate through carbon cycling and plate tectonics. Venus did not. On Venus, the greenhouse effect never balanced. It spiraled. If you could somehow stand on Venus, protected from heat and pressure, you would experience a world silent except for faint wind. The air would be dense, heavy, almost liquid in feel. The temperature would never drop below furnace levels. There would be no oceans, no rivers, no rain reaching the ground. Only rock, lava plains, volcanic domes, and a suffocating sky. Venus does not kill with violence. It kills with constancy, with pressure that never eases, with heat that never fades, with an atmosphere that never thins. Is not explosive like a supernova, is not dramatic like an asteroid impact. Its horror is steady, permanent. From a distance, it glows like a jewel. Up close, it is a world where metal softens, electronics fail, and human survival is impossible without extreme technology. Venus is not Earth's twin. It is Earth's warning, a planet where greenhouse warming became irreversible, a world where oceans vanished, a surface that turned into a furnace beneath acid clouds. The next time Venus rises at dusk, bright and beautiful, remember what lies beneath. A crushing atmosphere, a 465-degree surface, volcanoes under a sulfuric haze, a planet that looks serene from afar but hides one of the most extreme environments in the solar system. Venus does not whisper its danger. It reflects sunlight, and beneath that reflection, the nightmare continues.